This is the plus side of Nashville.
Hi everybody, I'm Tawanda Coleman. Welcome to the show. We have two incredible organizations we want to learn more about today. Friends Life is a nonprofit that creates opportunities for adults with disabilities, helping them to lead independent lives after high school and other support programs. We'll learn more about the opportunities they provide and how they're making a difference in the lives of adults with disabilities. But first, the benefits of reading start with the first book a baby hears and continues into childhood and throughout the child's life. Bookum is an organization that helps economically disadvantaged children from birth through high school discover the joys of and the values of reading. And here to tell us more is Melissa Spradlin, who is the executive director of Bookum, and Jaquese Groves, a Bookum board member. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Now, this is an organization that I have had my own dealings with, and we'll talk more about that in just a bit, but been just doing amazing work for many years, Melissa. For people who may not be familiar with Bookum, talk about your mission and then who you serve.
Yes, we are focused on Davidson County, Nashville, Tennessee. So we're local, and we want to make sure that children have access to books, that they can read as many times as they want, that they can cherish, and that they have reading role models in their lives. And we do that through various programs, of course, but it really is about getting kids motivated. You know, we want them to want to read and to love reading and to have that joy throughout their lives, because we as adults know how valuable it is in so many ways to our lives. That's what we're about.
And one of the quotes I wanted to sort of tell everybody about Jaquese was an information that you all sent to me, and it just talks about the importance of book and this organization. So I wanted to read this quote to everybody. It says, "Children who grow up in homes where books are plentiful go further in school than those who don't. Children with low education families can do well as well as children with high education families if they have access to books at home," which is the key to what you all try to do, is get those books in the home. And how do you do that?
Well, we collect books from the community, and we purchase books, both. And then we work with schools, other nonprofits, government agencies, pretty much any organization that is working with children who primarily live in lower income households. And they help us distribute the books. Okay. So the books come in, we have a cadre of volunteers who help us get the books ready to give away. And then places like Habitat for Humanity and the dental clinic, the public health dental clinic, and elementary, middle, and high schools. All kinds of groups actually distribute the books to the kids, and we really encourage them to let the kids choose the book they want, because we all know that if you choose the book, you're much more likely to read it.
That's so true.
And that's key. Yeah. You know, they need to have something to read and something they want to read.
Exactly.
So that's kind of the gist of how the program works. We also have, through Reading is Fundamental, we have a distribution network with those volunteers. We have about 220 community volunteers who act as reading role models.
Wow.
Jaquese is one of those.
Oh, okay.
And so, do you mind telling a little bit about what you do?
I would love to hear about reading role models.
So I read to a second grade class at Fall Hamilton Elementary. I go out 5 times a year, and I take books with me for each child to have, and then we just kind of read together. So I take books to read to them, and then books to distribute for them to take home from themselves.
That must be so rewarding.
It's
awesome. Are you like a ferocious reader yourself? Why did you want to volunteer?
So I am an avid reader, and I have some experience reading to small people. I have 2 young children, so so I read to second grade. That's kind of the sweet spot for me. They are young enough to still like to be read to, you know, and you know, can kind of sit still and sit through it for a little while. But to engage them, I tend to bring books that are interactive. So it's more of a situation where I'm reading with them as opposed to reading to them. So if there's something that has a cadence, or we're counting, or it has animals, then I just kind of let them join in.
Oh, I love that.
So it's cool. It's very rewarding.
How long have you been doing this?
3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's all volunteer.
It is. It's all volunteer.
How does someone then become, like Jaquese, a reading role model? What do you have to do to become a reading role model?
You just kind of sign up to do it. We do some training, and you know, it ultimately is just kind of having the time to do it. And so you make 5 visits. So you've got 10 months to do it.
So all you're required is just 5 visits.
5 visits.
Oh, wow.
And then it's sad at the end. So I muscled my way into getting a 6th visit the first time that I read.
You enjoy it
I did.
Oh, I love it. Well, we're gonna learn more about Bookham and all the great programs that you have, but we got to take a break, and we'll be back with more right after this. Stay with us.
This is a story.